All right, limited edition kit. Rear diff, you will use the extended 2.5 mil outdrives on the rear. Rear hub, good starting point, 1 mil on the vertical, 2 mil on the link length. That'll be a good starting point. If you need more off power grip, take shims out, lengthen it. Need more on power grip, add 1 mil. You'll have 2 different length screws for the height. When you're using 1 mil shim, use the shorter screw. When going up, use the longer provided screw. Axle height, you have inserts for the inside and the outside. For this drive shaft, we'll be using the 13x19 bearing inserts. I suggest starting middle axle height, the centered one, versus the offset, which you would either flip over depending on what axle height you're running, up or down. So throw that in the middle. Same thing on the outer. There's only one option for bearing size on the outer, and so we will also choose center. For the drive shaft, this is our short 91 millimeter that comes in the LE kit. Throw the 13x19 on and the what we used to call a CVD crush washer. Pretty straightforward. 6 mil hex. Make sure you lock tight your set screw that's in the drive shaft. Oop. All right, next will be, for this kit, we're going to use center arm length, or the middle length. You have 2 different inserts. You have center and 2 mil offset. This would be used either long or short, depending on what you're running. Starting point for this setup will be center. And this is to compensate for the extra 2 mil of the wider pivot on the LE kit. And then for the hub, we're going to start with the long position, hole to the outside. If you're in medium to higher grip, you can start with 0 hub toe. If you're in lower to medium or you drive very heavy on the trigger, I would suggest running 1 degree of outboard toe. And you'll see here it says +1 L. So L is for long, and this is always inserts reading from the rear of the car. If you put it in from the front, your toe is going to be the wrong way. So +1 L. If you see there's also +1 S, that is for when you're running the hub in the shortest or maximum offset position. There's also a 0.5 and obviously 0 hub toe. Another good way to figure out if you're doing it right, pretty simple. You put the axle through and you can see that the pill is offset to toe in. So once you do that, obviously you can put your hub in. Run the top outside link position, should be your starting point. And the reason we're also running 2 mil on the length is when you shorten the arm, you should shorten your link to make sure you maintain the same camber gain, but you can lengthen it. And then that should give you a nice, at droop, your axle should be nice and safe. If you do switch to the standard 91, it will still work in the extended out drive, but you can see the groove marks here on the drive shaft. It will dig into it, so I would suggest if you're going to change to standard 91s, one, you would go to a long arm position, and then you could stay on, or say if you go to the long arm position and run it like you would with a narrow block, you would stay on the long out drives, or in lower grip conditions, switch to the standard 91, which is longer, switch to standard length out drives, and it will soften the car up. on power and give you some more on power traction. And I think that covers the basics.